Ladies, grab your glasses, because we're toasting to loyalty.
What's your wind down? Tell me, what's your wind down? What's your wind down? Tell me, what's your wind down? Show me, tell me, what's your story? I wanna hear it, what's your opinion? Like it, love it, take it, love it. You tag or post it, retweet or repost it. She's my sister, she's my friend. We stay rolling till the end. We stay vibing no matter what we're riding. We can laugh, be shy or cry. Let's find answers, not ask why. We stay vibing no matter what. We're smiling, we're smiling. I got this, you got this, we got this, we good. I got this, you got this, we got this, we good.
Ladies, grab your glasses, because we're toasting to loyalty. So the definition of loyalty is giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution. How important is loyalty to you?
Everything.
Right?
Loyalty is everything. If we don't have loyalty, then I can't roll with you. I'm a very loyal person. And if you go against me and you're doing something that I feel is against what I believe, then I'm not even going to rock with you. Even if you do something against one of my friends, like, where does your loyalty lie? My loyalty lies with my girls, my family, everyone who is with me. So if you come against that, that's going to be a problem.
So everyone heard about the backlash that Jordyn Woods experienced from kissing Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian's baby daddy.
Baby father.
Baby
Baby
father. So,
daddy.
Jesse, what you know about this story?
So basically, Jordyn and Kylie are best friends, and Jordyn went to a party, which happened to be Tristan's party, and they were a little too close. They kissed, she broke it down and stuff. And I just think, like, no, she's definitely wrong. But the way that the Kardashians handled it is like they sleep with everybody's man. So it's like y'all can't say, like, the only thing y'all can really say is that's messed up that you would do that to me. Like, you know what I mean? But you can't say how do you go around sleeping with people's man or doing that, because that's exactly what you guys do. But as far as like you did that to me, it's like, dang.
So, Jossie, I totally agree that she was wrong. Just like the Kardashians, look, they're sisters. They got to roll together. However, the way that they handled the situation to bully her, one, yes, Jordyn was wrong. But two, she's 21. She was at a party and she was intoxicated. He's younger, and it's rumored, well, everyone knows, he basically been messing around with a lot of people.
Wait,
so
he's younger than her? He's 20?
No, he's younger than Khloe.
Okay.
So Khloe's in her 30s, but still,
Okay.
She is 21. You make mistakes at 21, and yes, she was wrong for kissing him, but then they're on this huge platform with their show. Everyone knows them, and they just bully her. Even Kimora Lee Simmons got into it, and she received backlash because she was, I think, on the show, on the phone with her, talking about, yeah, you know, you need to check her. The girl was 21, and she only kissed him. Yes, she was wrong, but honestly, just think about it. When Khloe got with him, he left his girlfriend, who was getting ready to give birth in her third trimester, for her. So what did you really expect? And then when you were getting ready to give birth, he's messing around with someone. So why are you so upset in regards to Jordyn? But you guys can say, oh, well, Tristan is cool.
If my man,
that's my baby daddy.
I do not care if it's some girl, like some random girl, okay, but it's not about to be some girl to where we're doing everything together. You're sitting in my face all the time. You're my little sister. Like, that's a different type of hurt and a different type of anger, I feel like, as opposed to my man is just a cheater and he's just cheating with some random broad. Like, okay, like, you know what I mean? That's my issue with my man. But now it's like, now I have a problem with you. The way that they handle, of course, the bullying stuff is, like, unacceptable. Like, you're trying to just tear this girl completely down. Like, okay, your man is a cheater. But she was wrong. She was definitely wrong. She was wrong.
But you also have to forget, Kardashian's about what it looks like. So if I can spin this and get more ratings, more followers, more fans, that's what I'm going to do. So that Jordyn, she should have known being in that family,
What they're about.
what
and
they're
how
about,
they get down.
and how they get down. So you had to have known it was coming.
That's a,
And if you didn't know it was coming, that's your bad.
and even Kylie spoke up for her though. She
Yeah,
was
she
like,
did.
"You guys shouldn't be bullying her. Like, there's different ways
Yeah.
to go about it." But that's her best friend. Like, of course she has a more of a sensitive heart towards her. Like, you know, like what she did was wrong. But at the end of the day, like Kylie has to stick with her sisters. That's a different type of loyalty. Like, you know, like I mess with you, but you put yourself in this position. Like,
That's true because that's their
Because
sisters.
now she's trying to divide the sistership.
like
Based
how can
on
you
what
like I
happened.
can't pick
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
not
pick
gonna
you over
happen.
my sisters now
Yeah.
when you did something wrong. Like that's
Right.
shady. Like, you know,
Right.
it was shady.
Okay, so
It
what
sounds
about?
like karma?
It does, most
Oh.
definitely.
Okay, so what about the other scandal in Instagram? And I think it actually reached TV because they have the Love and Hip Hop, right? Are they Love and Hip Hop or they have a different spin-off, the B2K?
Fizz.
Yeah. So
They're Love and
it's
Hip Hop.
the two members from B2K, the Fizz and
Omarion and
Omarion.
Fizz.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have a
On
baby
how
by the same woman?
no, how Omarion's it was his wife. Didn't they get
No,
married?
they just had 2 kids.
Okay,
together.
so look at me with my stories, okay?
you
So
to get with
she
the
have, right? I thought I did have it. That's why I got y'all, right? Y'all gonna help fill me in. Let me fill you in. Let me fill you in.
So everyone knows B2K. They just had this huge millennial tour. They were huge, I think, in the late 90s, early 2000s. So Lil Fizz basically is dating a young lady by the name of April Jones. She happens to not only be the ex-girlfriend of Omarion. Everybody loves Omarion, but she also has 2 kids with him, and they were friends. Oh my gosh, what a snake.
Yeah.
What a snake. How do you do that? Now, it was leaked online, of course. It looked like Lil Fizz was trying to hide from it, but that just crosses the line. You don't do that. Out of everybody, I mean, he's a like a little icon. He can get any woman in the world, and you go.
I don't think he'd get any woman in the world.
Well, what I'm saying is that you have a lot of
You have a
women.
lot of
He-
options.
no.
He has
You got a lot of options.
He does have a lot of options, but the one person you choose to be with is one of your very best friends and someone who you just messed up y'all money.
Okay, so let's break down Little
She's
Fizz,
just
okay?
mad.
Okay, wait. So from
She
the
getting paid.
So from the information that I know about Little Fizz is his baby mother was absent in the child's life. And,
Moniece?
and she ended up he started raising the child by himself, and then, she was trying to be there and she wasn't there, but he chose her. Then another relationship I seen him in, it was a girl that was literally a dyke looking girl. So even though she was bisexual, she was the butch bisexual. So she looked real manly like.
It's just messy.
Yeah.
It's just messy.
I said, wait, I remember somebody,
Yeah.
but then he was with somebody.
He was with the best friend,
And was she
She was a bisexual,
Yeah,
but she
okay,
was
that's
a
what it
girl.
was.
She
You're
was a
right. You're
girl.
right. You're right. She was.
But
girl.
regardless,
girly one.
it was someone who
But
was
I'm just
close
saying
to
he
them.
is. But this is the thing.
He's
it
a
seemed like
mess.
he wants something that don't want him, or that he got
That's
to
true.
fight
He
to
has to
have.
fight.
So that's what it was. So Moniece was with the butch girl, but his girlfriend was still like swinging both ways, and all this other stuff. So it's like, why are you trying to make it such a challenge for you? Why can't you just settle
Maybe
down with
that's what it
somebody that
is.
just
Maybe he
want
wants
you?
everything
But
he
Yeah,
can't
that's
have.
what it is. It's probably
Yeah.
an attraction
He likes
I wanna
how we
touch
being
stuff that
messed
shouldn't be
up.
touched.
yeah,
That's
okay.
crazy.
Because I'm
You
like,
touch
wait, I
the
don't
forbidden.
remember this kind of.
That's just a line you just don't.
kinda
That's a
sad.
line you do not.
Oh,
you don't
she's
cross.
scandalous.
Did you see the video that she came out with and was like?
I did.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, she was going crazy, and
I
she
think
was
she
like,
was on something.
on something.
She
on
was
a lot
on
of
something.
things.
Yeah, she was on some drugs
They all
and she
gotta
had
be
to do
on
that.
It was like, you
No.
guys are all in my business. And she was like, and I'm a celebrity because I had 2 babies with Omarion.
Yeah.
And Fizz wants this, and Nate Robinson wants this, and the game wants this. Like, she was just going in.
First of all, the game want everybody stuff.
That's
So
what I'm
this
saying.
is
Like, girl, we can really broadcast the game.
But
She
Like
really
that
flex the
game.
game.
But even so,
I might take the.
Nah, game
take it
got
out of that in the celebrity world, but in regular life, these things happen.
Yeah.
You,
Oh,
he-
yeah.
you hear about it like, oh my God, I'm dating my best friend's, whatever, significant other or something like that. I just feel like that's a line that you should never ever cross because it's a betrayal that's so deep. It's like, I want to hurt you.
Yeah.
It is so spiteful, so I don't understand if you are cool with someone. It's like, it's certain things that I wouldn't cross the line with any of my friends.
So what's your
But
boundaries?
that's because you have morals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this generation, sadly,
They don't
they
have
have 0. Like there's nothing that they won't do. There's no one that they won't cross. There's no code of ethics that they follow. Like they just do whatever they want to do because that's how I felt. And then once the repercussions and
Expressing
everything hits the
themselves.
fan, like I didn't mean it like that, or I didn't know this would happen. But it's like if you actually would have thought this through, would you do this to yourself? No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, they
It goes
would.
back to the Bible scripture. You treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
You treat them like yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
that's this.
So then they just go to show that they don't love themselves.
That they don't love
They don't.
themselves. If
Yeah,
you just
so then they
hurting
just
people
don't.
for
Yeah,
no
That's the
reason.
root of the
like,
problem
Yeah.
right there.
Or they have their own goal, their own agenda at hand, and they're just like, this is what I'm trying to do. How do I go about doing this? Execute line 1. Oh yeah, go talk to my friends.
No,
Or
it's
his friend.
serious.
Yeah, so
They just don't have a moral compass at all.
No.
Yeah.
Not
It's,
at all.
it's sort of like
That's
the worst person to come across is someone who just doesn't have a moral compass and just does whatever. Like, yeah, you can say whatever you want to, especially like, but if you don't have any type of morality and you just do what I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I don't care who I hurt.
Yeah.
I don't care how it feels. I'm just going to do me. And you don't really even take into consideration the repercussions of this man has been around his kids, Omarion's kids, as probably Uncle Fizz. And
yeah, of
now
course,
you're
of
sitting
course.
here and you're with my mom. That is just, and then the embarrassment. Wait, then you mess up your money. Everybody went out to that B2K concert. They made a lot of money at that millennial tour.
It's sold out.
So
you know
really-
they made a lot of money.
Yeah, so then you're gonna mess up your business relationship. It's just sort of like, wow, what won't you do?
Yeah.
But
And that's
then
unforgiving.
again,
Like you,
it all could be a publicity stunt again. Because go back to the Kardashians. Everything is Ace Boon Coon in the camp now.
All
So,
right, was that a publicity
It
stunt?
could have been.
I
Like,
doubt
you like,
it.
because what I'm saying is,
I know.
But what I'm
doubt it.
saying, even
that's
if they
the
really
weirdest
did it,
publicity stunt.
what I'm saying,
in
even
my
if she
opinion.
really
Yeah.
slept with Fizz and all of that, and she really liked him, all of that, but basically, this day and age, people, it's like clickbait. It's clickbait. That's basically what it boils down to. Ooh, if I sleep with him and they best friends, and then I get on here and say everybody want me, and then I do this and I do that, they're gonna be talking over here. I'm gonna get this amount of followers because of this, and yeah, I'm gonna get some hate, and I'm just not gonna read that. But you get what I'm saying? And that's what people are more concerned with, is how many followers you have and all of this. Even if the followers are talking about you like a dog, they still want that number because that number equates to dollars. And basically, when money is involved, there's no telling how
No
low
line they
people.
won't
There's
cross.
no line they won't
In my
cross.
opinion, she was hurt because Omarion didn't want to be with her anymore, and she did the grimiest thing she could do, which was sleep with his bro. And the bro is stupid.
Now the bro is with the hoe.
Now the bro's with the hoe. And the bro is stupid. The bro
Okay,
lost
so-
his bro.
So
That's
is
his
it
bro.
safe to say, so is it safe to say loyalty doesn't exist?
No,
anymore?
loyalty
or
it
is
does
or,
exist.
or is it hard to find loyal
It's hard
people?
to find loyal people, most definitely.
But
Okay, so here's the question then. So have you ever experienced a disloyal friend?
I've had
Or a similar situation to
few
this?
friends literally sleep with people that I mess with. Like, that's weird and that's nasty because I would never do that to you. Like, you know what I mean?
So do
Few
you
of
change them from friends to acquaintances, associates? What do you call
Yeah,
them?
because I don't
That's-
I just be like, what's up? Like, you know, like, what's up with you? I mean, I know how you are now. I deal with you accordingly. I'm never one to just be like, oh no, I don't mess with her. She did that, blah blah. Because that's just not me. I feel like, okay, like you're weird, and now I deal with you accordingly. You're a weirdo. Now I handle you like a weirdo. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah. I think we've all experienced in some type of level, not to that extent, because that is automatic. You just don't cross that line. You know that if you do something like that to me, then I'm probably not going to rock with you anymore. And it could be a high and by, but I'm not kicking it with you because I just think that, especially if you're a friend, you have to have a safe place, a place where you can be vulnerable, you can tell your secrets to, and it's sort of like, why would you hurt me like that?
Crazy.
So, but I mean, in different situations, you have friends who, they talked about you or something like that, and you're like, why would you do that? So it's always sort of like, who can you actually be vulnerable with? Because if we are not friends anymore, are you going to go tell my secrets?
Right.
Yeah.
And you're always like, I'm just like, I don't need people like that. There's people who I don't deal with anymore, and I know all their dirt. But there's no way that I'm going to go out and just say, okay, because we're not friends anymore, I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans and do that. I'm not even going to talk bad about you. I I just don't rock with you no more.
Right.
And God bless you and keep it pushing.
keep it
But
pushing.
Because you're a weirdo.
you need to do
That's like
me.
the nicest word I can really say. Like,
a
you're
weirdo.
weird. That's just weird stuff.
But that's
like,
where
you
it
know?
goes back to your mom telling you, everybody ain't your friend.
Exactly.
Choose your friends wisely and don't call everybody friend.
Exactly,
That's
'cause
where you
girls, they
use that
just-
acquaintance word. Like, nope.
They find one thing in common and they want to be besties.
besties,
And
no.
it's like, it doesn't
No.
work like that. And and they have to learn the hard way. Like, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like, you don't even have to learn the hard way. Just find out about this person. Learn this person first
Exactly.
before you just decide, oh, we both love the color pink. This is my girl. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just, it doesn't work like that.
What shade of pink is her?
Exactly.
But I think sometimes we
Because
go
she's not
into
pink and I'm coral.
Yeah. But I think sometimes when we go into friendships, we go into situations and you're like, oh, I'm cool with someone. People trust them too much. You
Yeah.
give people too much trust. You have to earn my trust. I'm going to give you little bits of me. I'm not going to give you all of me. But for me to trust you, you have to prove that to me. And I think sometimes people are just like, oh, we cool with this. And then the next thing you know, somebody stab you in the back and you go, but why? Because you trusted them.
Trusted them.
Yeah. You don't even know them. You didn't even know who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I give everybody like I let them draw
Let
their
them hang
own.
themselves.
Yep, I let them
You do.
come up with their own title. I let them write their own story. I don't judge them from whatever I hear or whatever I see. You know, I judge them from what I see.
I think
Not
it's
from
off
what
your
I hear,
experience.
so-
So for you,
Yeah.
that's just you though. That's like okay. Hi, I welcome you in. You can come.
Yeah.
You want to come? Bring
Yeah.
your mom, your sister,
Everybody.
everybody. Oh,
And we're like, you don't even know them. Who is this?
But that's her.
That is her.
So and then that's why you have to be surrounded. Like your inner circle have to be those
We're your blinders.
Those blinders. You know, we take them off like, nah, not her. Nope.
I know, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, no, they're cool. But what I see is if a person tells me certain stories about their household that I feel like they could have operated differently, then it just tells me where they are.
Right.
Or if they tell me something about somebody else's information, then it just tells me where they
Yep.
are. So then it's like, okay, sometimes they hang themselves anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm
They will
like not
always- they
judgmental
quit, too.
about
Always.
nothing they do. It's just like, oh, okay, so.
I just think it's off of my growing up. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to be your bestie. I watched it in my own household.
Yeah.
My mom and her bestie, and bestie was bestieing with the daddy.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
my friends, they're very few. Hey, how you doing, girl? That's about all.
And keep it pushing.
And the sad part
that's
is
crazy.
that's sad.
Yeah.
Like now you're scarred
Yeah. So I don't
because
do-
of somebody's disloyalty.
yeah.
But Greg can spend the night over here anytime. That's her husband. No, I'm playing.
Well, okay.
That was weird.
We all
Now that's a weirdo. Now that's a weirdo.
Go ahead, Josh. That's a weirdo.
That's the weirdo.
I kid. I joke.
But and then I've heard stories like that, like, oh, my best friend and my husband, they can sleep in the same bed, and I'm not concerned. And I'm like,
What?
what bed? It's like I Love Lucy bed, or
This big love.
I'm confused. You
Or
know?
Shaquille O'Neal and the whole family
Right,
bed,
I'm
right?
confused.
Nah.
So and
There has to
and
be
some people
boundaries.
say stuff like
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
nah.
for me, it's like my husband is my husband, and
Right.
that's,
And that's-
it.
yeah, you
and
don't
then my
And that's
friends
how
are
it
my
be
friends, and I feel
because-
the same way about my friends, though. Like,
I know, but
yeah,
your
those
friends.
are, you can have
know
other
your
friends, but
boundaries.
these are my friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
they
right.
belong to me.
Right.
Like, you could only for a moment, and I might
Exactly.
pop up. I'm just saying. I'll be looking through the window.
Whenever
like,
I see my best friend somebody, I call her like, who is this?
exactly. Oh,
Who is this?
most definitely.
I ain't never seen her before.
We always
Listen,
bang.
we
We always bang. We always
no,
bang.
no, no. Y'all laughing a little hard.
We bang on each other. We do the same thing.
We'll pull up.
We do the same thing.
Listen, I saw you. Did you taste her margarita? Oh no, you went too far.
Right.
No,
You don't know where her lips is.
exactly.
You don't even know.
But that's how you have to have. You have to
Right.
have that inner circle,
Right.
that is like
Tight.
okay, I can cuss you out. I can tell you you wrong. You can cry. You can say you hate me,
Exactly.
and then I'm gonna take you to Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love you.
That's literally
And keep everything within the circle.
Right.
I love
And my
you.
business doesn't leave. And,
Yeah.
and where you feel comfortable to bear it all. You know?
Right.
You can't just bear it all. And that's how it is in life. Like, you can't bear it all with family.
Right.
And you can't bear it all. You have to have that circle where, okay, you know what? I
No
know if I
judgment.
tell them about this that's going on in my house, I don't got to worry about hearing it when I walk into church.
Exactly.
I don't got to worry about hearing it from somebody at the job. Like I know, okay, they
Yeah.
discussing it amongst them. They ain't gonna say everything to me because they don't want to hurt my feelings.
Exactly.
But they gonna tell me what I need. You know,
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
You get over it. Put your big girl drawers on. All right. Here's
But
the
I
tissue.
feel like
Yeah.
to a certain extent, I'm still trying to find that because like I'm the friend to where it's like everybody is so like trusting in me, like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't feel that from a lot of people, like you know, and I
Take
feel
a
like it's
while.
because I'm so close to my mom. I'm so quick to call her with everything and vent to
takes a
her,
while.
to where I don't feel like I need to tell anybody else my business because if I stop being your friend, like okay, if me and my mom stop being cool for 2 seconds, she ain't gonna go tell my business to my mama, like you know? So it's just like no matter what turns we on, I can always tell her whatever,
Right.
like you
But
know.
it takes
but-
a while. It does
Right.
take a while. I'm 34 and
Right.
I've been friends with them for what? Noah is 8, 7,
Yeah.
almost what 9 years?
Yeah.
8, 9 years.
Yeah.
But I'm 34,
Right.
and it took me all the way till then to
Wow.
really find some women friends that
You could trust.
I could trust, and
Right.
I didn't worry about she might want to kiss my husband.
Right. Right.
They don't.
Right.
Or
We
she gonna
don't.
try to get my money. I ain't got
Love you,
none.
Greg.
Stop talking like that.
I ain't got none today.
Right.
Can I come get some from you? Yeah, pull up. I got you. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a while. And then you have to look at their upbringing. That's how you get friends. Like I didn't know them like that growing up as kids. But hearing people talk about how their mom was, and my sister talk about how her mom was, and then Denise's Edith's mom, like you have to know their upbringing because
Right.
if they mama salty, they salty.
Right.
But if they mama got a giving hand, that's how they are.
Yeah.
Or she'll welcome you in,
Yeah.
or she gonna comfort you, she gonna tell you like it is. But she always been like that. She always been real, but she'll do whatever for you. You know?
Yeah.
So you gotta check how they mama and daddy
Because the
at.
apples don't fall too far
Exactly.
from the tree, baby.
That is
And I'm
insane.
literally the perfect example of that.
No, you are.
You
You
really
are.
are.
You are a perfect example.
Yes,
But
you
that's
are.
great. That's great.
That's a great thing.
That is a great
It
example.
really is.
Not
But
to pat
sometimes
on
it
the
could
back,
be-
but
sometimes-
she
I
good.
know, but sometimes you could come with being so naive too, though. You know, like everything that's happening, and you could be so forgiving and so loving and there for them that you start accepting things that you shouldn't accept. You should cut off stuff, but yet you still allow it to be a part of your, circle, your environment, because you
Right.
feel for that person. So I know sometimes you like mommy, but like mommy, sometimes we hold on to people that we should have let go a long time ago. You know.
I find myself in a lot of pity friendships because I'm like, no, like I feel like I'm the only person that they really have that they can talk to, like and it's, the friendships are never like give and take, like you know what I mean?
Right.
They're
Yeah.
constantly sucking me dry.
Wow.
So
You
really
put them on a
have to
timer.
mention.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
seriously,
it's
timer
not.
today.
Because you
It's-
have
it's a
to
one
you
way.
have to guard yourself.
Yes.
That's like your job to guard yourself because if you give people a inch, they'll take a foot.
Yeah.
Like literally every single time, never fails. And because you're so loyal, and I found that with myself, because I'm so loyal, I'm almost like loyal to a fault. You almost won't even find anybody like you.
You're
Right.
so humble.
Not even
No,
like that.
no,
like,
no, no,
not
I
know what
agree.
I'm saying. Like,
I hear you. I'm just talking.
Not like
that.
like you, it's just part of our makeup. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I think too, it was ingrained in us from little girls.
right.
You know what I mean? So most people don't have that,
Yeah.
and most people that don't have that, their moral compass is off.
Yeah.
And so because the moral compass is off, they don't have any kind of foundation to say, okay, look, at my core, at least I'm this.
Right.
You know? And a
Right.
lot of people don't know what they are at their core.
Yeah.
And that goes back to like what Peaches was saying about like how people are their personality is really about how they were raised, like with their parents and stuff like that. Like for sure, I see that all the time. I'd be like, okay, I can tell you don't have a good relationship with your mom. I can tell you don't have a good relationship with your dad, like just by how you are, like And so I always make excuses constantly, like you know what I mean, like well you didn't have this, you didn't have that,
Yeah.
like but it's like I shouldn't suffer the consequences of you not having a good mom or a good dad, like
Yeah.
No,
for
not at
sure.
all.
So
And I think too, sometimes you give people a chance. You tell them about themselves. Look, this is what you're doing. Fix it. If you choose not to fix it, this is part of who you are. Be that way over there. You know what I mean?
Or what I've
You don't have
noticed
to allow
too
it.
is sometimes they don't see it.
Yeah.
They don't know that that's a part of their makeup because
Right.
it's been flying for so long. So sometimes it's basically just exposing them and letting them know, hey, When it comes to me, I don't like that. I can't deal.
Right.
This is how you are. This
Yeah.
is what I can't do. You know, I will never do this to you, or I'll never come at you like that. Or,
Right.
And you know, once you tell them that and they still cross it, then you cut them.
Yeah.
But sometimes you still need to give them that chance of saying, of showing them
redeem
themselves.
themselves.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
didn't do
sometimes
that.
people don't
Yeah.
see themselves.
Or
I
just
used to
trying to
just be like,
ask,
"Oh, you
why
did
did
what?"
you do that?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
girl, she said,
Say less.
Yeah.
and then I heard,
Yeah.
and it's just like, I ain't got time for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And then I
Right.
found myself in my 30s with no friends. But that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. But it still showed me something. You know what I mean? It was a learning experience for me to say, you don't always have to throw the friends away with the bathwater. But
Yeah.
you can kind of give them a chance to say, look,
Right.
why are you doing me like this? Why would you say this about me? Why would you
Right.
do that? I would never do that to you.
Yeah.
I have never done that to you.
Right.
So explain yourself.
And sometimes
And-
it's just communication too.
Yeah, but sometimes I didn't even want the explanation.
Yeah.
Like
But then-
it was just because it hurt me so
Yeah.
much.
Sometimes
Like,
it's not just communication. Sometimes it's just downright disloyalty.
Yeah,
No,
just-
it is. It
Yeah.
is. But sometimes I want to have a conversation about that so you know, like, look, if I've been really, really cool with you and something really, really affected me and I feel hurt by it, I'm going to have a conversation with you.
Right.
And when I have the conversation with you, you have to come to like a compromise. We can say, listen, either we're going to move forward or we're not. You're going to, there's room for an apology. There's room for reconciliation, but is it really worth it? And I don't want anything to linger on. Like, I don't want to have any hurt feelings. I don't want you to go on and think, oh, what is this? We can go ahead and we can have a conversation now. But I just don't roll like that. Like, if you're disloyal, if I cannot trust you, you cannot be a part of my circle. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I'm more of a person who I have to have consistency. You have to be consistent. So if I'm really, really loyal and you do something that's not, I'm just like, I just can't even. That's not even, I can't.
It's like you're not even deserving.
I just can't roll with you like that because I'm always gonna be looking at you sideways like you're my enemy.
I
And
wonder
why do
what
I?
she said,
I'm
or
just
I wonder
like,
what she doing.
it's,
or-
and
yeah.
even when you go from frenemies, I don't believe that. Either you my friend or you
Or
my
you're not.
foe. If you're not for me, then you're against me. So I'm not even gonna have you. I don't care when people talk about, well, you know, you gotta have this person close to you. Nah,
Right.
you're gonna be away from me. That's it. I keep my people who I love.
Right.
No, but I'm saying I keep the people who I love around me, and if you are not for me and that's toxic to me, then I need to keep you at my distance because then it's going to be a
Yeah.
situation, and I don't want it to be a situation.
Or
Yeah.
you could just let God move and let Him make them your footstool,
Oh, and he
like
will.
He say He will do. You know what I mean?
And
Go
he
with
will.
Him. You know?
Somebody went to Sunday school.
But even when stuff like that happening and you think about it and you're just like, why would you do something like that? Because you know
Yeah.
what you put out comes back to you. So why would you do me like that?
But a lot of times it's because they're in a real dark place themselves, and it's usually you attack the closest thing to you.
Of course.
You know, and that's even said in marriages and relationships and different things like that. The person that takes the brunt of someone's unhappiness is the closest person to you.
Yeah.
And so that's usually what we end up dealing with when you're dealing with friends and different things and disloyalty and all this dishonesty and all of that. It's because you're close
Yeah.
And then they have
and
that.
they're trying to attack the closest thing to them.
Well, you guys, I have this game, of course. Let's do our last 5. Everybody have your card that I give you already.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, okay? And it's just about loyalty. You just say right or wrong, okay? So a friend overhears someone say information about you that wasn't true. She decides not to tell you because the information was false anyway. Is she right or wrong?
She's wrong.
Wrong.
What'd you say?
I said wrong.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
I know, because it's kind of
the-
like she being messy to a certain extent to just go and relay something. I wouldn't even tell you the mess that she said, but I just be like, they over there talking some stuff and it ain't even true. Like, and just to even repeat the mess, you know what I mean? Because then now you're a part of it, and they could have used you as a tool.
In a way, I'm kind of like, so sometimes if I hear something and I'm just like, say for instance, me and Ange, right? I hear somebody talking about Ange. I know Ange's personality, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to tell somebody something negative that I heard because she's going to get riled up. It's not going to, nothing's good going to come of it. And so sometimes I'll just be like I literally, so I say wrong, not being hypocritical, but one time I did hear something, but I felt like if she get riled up, next thing you know, we're going to be in their face. And what if we end up choking? What if we go to jail? What if something happens?
It's
And
always-
plus it was petty.
It was so
But if it was
crazy.
something that I feel like, nah, I really, I know it's not true, but I really feel like you should know this, then I'm going to tell you. So I feel like she's
Yeah.
wrong because even though it was false to a certain extent, depending on what it was, I still want you to have a heads up that such and such
Right.
or whatever.
But even for
so I guess it all
yeah.
depends on the information
situation.
that was
Yeah.
shared or the information that was said.
I just sort of try to set myself up. If you know that that's my friend, you can't say nothing bad about her.
Yeah, that's a,
Right.
that's
In
what I'm
regards to-
thinking.
Oh, and that's and
You
see,
shouldn't
in
even be that
situation,
close to
that's
me
exactly
for me to overhear.
The thing
Right.
about it is
Exactly,
that
and
Why do you feel
I
like
think that's what it
you're
was.
gonna feel so.
Some
you're
people
But you
say
know, but
stuff
just
because
what it
they
is.
know
I think
the
some people say it
dynamics of
because
your
they want to see how
relationship.
you're going to react.
Yep.
Or
So
they
when
want
they
you
see
to
you
take
act
it
like
back.
that,
They want you to take
We're
it
just
back.
not.
Yeah.
We're not friends
For
like that.
example,
Or
if
see how
we
react.
all know different communities of people. However, there are times when I'm around people who know Terry or Peaches or something like that, or Tammy or Jossie. You know they ain't gonna say nothing about you, girl. But
True.
they not. They not.
True.
We got
You
you.
better tell me.
You know. But
This side of you. This
no,
side of you.
no matter what happens, it's sort of like even if stuff comes up, they're not even going to bring it to me because they know I'm not about that.
Right.
And if I hear that you say something, I'm gonna let you know that's my friend, and you should be as uncomfortable in front
Yeah,
of me
that's
as you
what I
with her. So it won't even get it won't even get to that level.
Exactly.
So you're not even going to have the opportunity because I feel like one, if you have a problem with someone, then you bring it to them. But if you are purposely going to say stuff in earshot of someone, I mean, I've been in situations where I met people who don't like people outside of my circle. Who one of my girlfriends, I said, "Oh my gosh, I just want to let you know somebody else who don't like her. That's my friend." Just so you know,
Right.
so that
Yeah.
you don't talk reckless about her in front of me, because then that's gonna make me say something.
On
And
top
I'm-
of that, a person should never feel comfortable
Comfortable.
talking about
Yes.
somebody that you mess with. That, like talking bad about them, like
Yeah.
you mess
That's
with
why,
them.
like,
Like, are you
certain
serious?
people- that's-
Yeah. So, and
It's
what's so
crazy.
funny? This happened like in the beginning of our friendship. Like, do you really care for her? Do you really like her? Be like, Nick, like you
Yeah.
need to watch your mouth. You can certain
Exactly.
things you just cannot
You
say.
can't say.
So then it basically put our friendship at a distance, which I was okay with because I already seen how they get down, and that comes a time to where it's now you got to choose.
yeah.
Which one do you feel is going to be more loyal or have your
Yeah.
back? You know, somebody you could really sit with, to hang out, you know, all the other stuff with. So, okay. So the next one is you see an acquaintance of yours just post that they're having a grand opening. You go to their thing to support them, and then you end up going to another event. After you end up posting on, you know, Facebook, Instagram that you're having an event, not only do they not send you a congratulatory post, but they still didn't even come to your event. Are they right or wrong?
They're wrong.
They're definitely wrong.
But
Depends.
in their defense, if something came up and they called you with an explanation and like, oh girl, you know, I would have been there, but I had X, Y, and Z. Granted,
That
at least
wasn't
you
in the
called
storyline.
out of
Okay, let's go.
consideration.
Let's go
That
back.
I'm
wasn't in the
adding to the
storyline.
story.
But you didn't even say
That's a
congratulations,
possibility.
though.
But you couldn't even text.
You
and say
couldn't even text
congratulations. I'm not
congrats.
gonna make it. You're wrong.
Yeah. That
Okay,
is
you see,
wrong.
let me share
That's
something with
probably
you
wrong.
really quick. It says the definition of loyalty is giving or showing firm and constant support. Okay, so my thing is, if you're not showing no support at all,
You ain't.
yeah, and
You
yet
ain't,
I could be
yeah.
there for you. I could, you know, let you in on, you know, hey, why don't you try this way, or what's one of you
Exactly.
giving opinions? You just helping out, you know. So it's like, nah,
Yeah,
But
I can't-
sometimes it's very
I can't do
hurtful.
that.
It's just very
Yeah,
hurtful
it
when
is.
people when you're there for people and they're not there for you. Like I can say, I've been there for a lot of people who family members have passed away, and then I'm like, oh, someone close to me passes away, and you
Nobody show
text
up.
me or you don't show up or
Send
you
a
don't
card.
nothing.
Piece of chicken.
nothing.
Wow.
Was that anybody over here?
I'm not talking about y'all.
I know.
No.
Was it Edith?
No.
Okay, good. See, that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. You don't need
That's
them.
what
We
I'm
don't
saying. You
care.
don't
Oh, I know what I'm saying.
Oh, you know I'm good at what you're saying. Now,
Just saying her piece.
That's it. I'm just saying.
Okay, here's the
you
other
can take it to the, you know.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
They wrong. Okay, so you go out with a group of people, and an argument breaks out with the people in your group as well as some people outside. You don't say anything, and you let the argument continue. Are you right or wrong?
I feel like it depends on the
Depends on
argument.
what the
argument
argument is
and
about
how
and
you
how
start.
far it has gone
Because
already.
there are some arguments to where you know for a fact, like, I need to speak up. And then there's some arguments that's like, this really isn't my business. But, like, if it gets out of hand to where people are fighting
I'm
or
here.
the odds are unfair or something, then, of course, I'm about to jump in. These my homegirls. Like, you know,
Right.
but if it's something to where it's like that's their own situational problems, then it's like that's for them to handle. Especially as grown women. Like, you know what I mean? They have to handle that on their
too
own.
old
So
to
it
be-
just depends.
I be doing all that, but
Okay.
I fight. You ready?
I mean, we can fight.
Are
for
you
sure,
ready?
For sure.
They ain't ready for this.
Look, I don't fight on Fridays, Saturdays, and sometimes on Sundays.
You say
I
you
will
don't?
not. I don't.
You don't?
I will not be spending the weekend
In jail.
Okay, so
You know, you give
Fridays,
me
I don't
Monday,
get-
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
So let me give you my disclaimer. Where you act up at?
Monday through Thursday, I got
you
time.
I'm a real mom. You know your mommy said where you act up at is where you get your butt whooped at. Hey,
It happens. That's all.
where you want to
Okay,
be?
so you go get your hair done by the same person at this hair shop. Without an appointment, you walk in, you see they're busy, but you need your hair done. You sit in another seat. Are you loyal? Are you right or are you wrong?
It depends on if it's an emergency.
What's your sign? Yes or no? You
Say
already
the
know.
story
I was
again. Say
like,
the story again.
You basically sitting in another person's chair in a
and you
salon where
normally
you
go
get
to
your
the
hair
same
done.
person all the time. And all of a sudden, you sit in a different chair.
Same salon. I think
Clearly, it's an emergency if I don't have an appointment.
I feel like it's wrong, but I always have a backup person.
Well-
If you can't do my hair and
But
I
you
have to
didn't
go
have an
somewhere,
appointment. Yeah.
and they can fit me in, and that's a conversation like, girl, I'm gonna have to catch you next time. But usually, I hope that doesn't happen. But as long as I have the conversation, so they're not like, oh, now you going to her, or you
Right.
going to him? No,
Well,
Okay, I'm not even hairstylist, but I'm going to say wrong.
I'm a hairstylist.
I still say it.
And
But
I say you're not real necessarily wrong.
I say you're wrong because you're not being loyal. You're being disloyal.
I'm
But
not
if you
loyal.
came in there with the personality, with the
Demeanor.
Demeanor, like, I don't care.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just-
you know
yeah.
me. I just need my hair done. I go with you because I like your hair. But you already know if she got time to do my hair, I'm gonna
Go
go.
with her.
If you came in there with that type of disposition already, and she already knew, nah, I know she loyal. This is how she get down, or whatever. But you're not being loyal. Here, you're not being loyal to that person. But you're letting them know this is just who I am.
Yeah.
Because loyalty will just be like this is the person. Like if they feel some type of way, then that should affect you. That should if it upset them somehow, it should affect you somehow. It should make you feel some type of way. So my
But off rip,
don't
anybody
know.
walking in the salon with that attitude is already sitting in everybody's chair.
Chair.
They're
Because
not.
it's
They're not
already-
in just one person's chair for forever and then decide to
Yeah,
switch
just-
I don't know,
up.
I just
Yeah, I think it's like
I think because I'm that person. I'm that person that
But
will
do you
sit in
have-
your chair every Friday if I need to. But then if I say, oh my God, my hair is like this, I got to go out of town. You don't have time for me. You already know from the gate that I will sit in somebody else's chair. 'Cause I'm already
Emergency.
looking at
I
somebody
think
here
as
like,
long as you
oh, I
know-
like how she did hair. I like
Yeah.
this. And I'm letting you know I like this. So if I ever want this style, you already know.
that's-
this
yeah,
is
but see,
who
that's
I am.
situational,
as a
though.
stylist, I think people like with that situation. I think people take that stuff too personal
Yeah.
because it's not really a personal attack on
It's a
that
business.
But
person.
they do
It's-
look
it's
at it like
not-
that,
They
though.
look
They
at it
look
like
at it
that,
like
but they
that.
shouldn't.
They
Because
shouldn't.
I do hair,
They don't.
and sometimes I just don't have time. And they're like, "Oh, girl, I called you." Like people have called me for appointments, and I promise you, in my heart, I text back, "When do you want to get your hair done?"
But from the phone,
But
you don't.
I forgot to push send. And next time I see them, they're like, "What happened? You just
Yeah.
left me," and they got their hair done by somebody else. And I'm like, "Girl,
Well,
that looks
first-
good, girl. Who you go to? It's good."
Yeah.
But I'm so sorry, girl. I could have sworn. I'm like, "You did? Look at that. I didn't even push send.
Yeah.
My bad."
They better know
And
to call
so-
Tammy back because
Yeah,
I'm going
like,
to get my
yeah,
hair
I'm not
done.
Better know to double text.
Yep.
Okay, this is the last one. So you show up to work 10 minutes late. You call a coworker before arriving and you ask her to cover for you. The supervisor come by and asks, did she just run down to the cafeteria? And your respond back was, oh, I don't know. Was that person being loyal? Were they right or wrong?
Wait.
They were being loyal to their friend, but I'm not going to jeopardize my job for you.
Job.
I'm not messing
Yeah.
with my coins because
I'm
you
not.
might be late. Sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And I don't
So
work with none of my
basically-
friends, so
But
So you don't
regardless,
got
you on your own, boo.
hey, look, if somebody's
all
missing
coworkers.
out the office, I'm
Right.
like, you know what? I don't know where they are. You can call them though.
It's not my business.
Yeah.
So you get the question? So you're about to be running late for work. So you call a coworker ahead of time and you tell them that you're going to be late, but cover for you. So when the supervisor come by and talk to them, they say, hey, did Jossie go down to the cafeteria? They said, oh, I don't know. Were they right or wrong?
If we had a conversation and you said you're covering for me and you don't, you're wrong. Because you could have easily said, like, I don't even want to be put in that position. And then I would have had the mindset, okay, I'm about to walk into something. Like, you know what I mean? But if you're saying, yeah, oh, girl, I got you, and then I come in and you didn't have me, you're definitely wrong.
That was a perfect response.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was, but the way my bank account set up, I got a savings and a checking. And when that supervisor show up, my checking ain't gonna hit that savings. So it happens to go with
Look, that's
Who you looking for?
Look, we all gotta come to work at the same time. You be responsible for you, I'll be
So you
responsible
supposed
for
to get
me.
paid for them 10 minutes and you wasn't here and I got to be here and get paid. No.
Well, hopefully you have a job that sort of has flexibility of when you can come in, but in that situation,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for playing. Y'all know I love my little games.
Yeah.
So that will be a wrap on Loyalty on her wind down.
All right, see you next time. Stay loyal. Take a drink for that for
You
my
guys
loyal
know-
friends. Damn.